What's up, my loves and fellow creatives? Hey, what's up, Trendy Linus Couture and Nancy? I see you. I see you. This one's going to be a very quick and to the point demonstration of the Shopify template. Give me just a moment. I'm going to go ahead and get set up here. And this is designed to look extremely complicated, but we're going to be able to get this done together today in the Shopify challenge. So if you are in the challenge, congratulations. And thank you for investing in yourself. So let's get into it. I'm going to make this be the short demo version. So if you don't want to go back and watch the class version, then this will be your shortcut version. All right, the first thing that we're going to do is change out the logo. So I'm going to right click on the logo up here. You'll see the word logo. When I right click on it, it will identify in the layers panel where this object is. It's a smart object, so I'm going to double click on it. And then I am going to just change it out because I have the logo already here. However, you would go to File, Place Embedded, and you would find your good old logo somewhere, and then you would download it there. So let's say, for instance, that was the logo. Then we would place it here, turn off everything else, hit enter to lock in that transformation, and that will be the logo there. However, we're going to do with this switch out here. Now, since we changed something, we have to go to File, Save, or we can do Control S as a shortcut, Command S as a shortcut. And then we can also just close out of this, and it would ask us if we want to save, and we can hit yes. The safest thing to do is to save first before you close out so you don't make a mistake and hit no when the dialog box opens. All right, so we have our image here. I'm going to go ahead and use the color picker tool to pick colors from my logo. So I'm going to pick two colors. The first one, let's say I'm going to pick this pink color here. And I can move around with the eyedropper tool. When I get the color that I want, I'm going to let go. And I'm going to double click here on this swatch. I have an option to add this to swatches. And I'm just going to put the number 1. Make sure that add to my current library is unchecked, otherwise it will use more resources and take longer. All right, so I already got the first color. As this window is still open, I'm going to go ahead and pick my second color. There we go. And I'm going to go add to swatches once again, and I'll call this 2 and just hit OK. Now, if you remember, we can hit cancel now. If you remember how we had this set up yesterday, we had a swatches tab, and you'll notice that the swatches will either or both show up down here at the bottom or as your first 2 swatches here at the top. So we're going to use those in just a moment. Now we have to go back to our move tool, which is up here at the top. We'll right click on this orange swatch. That's going to be our color number 1. As you can see, the orange is our dominant color. So we're going to double click on it. And we're going to turn off this orange. It's actually a gradient. And we'll turn on the second one, which is a solid color. And what we want to do is choose whichever color we want to use as our main color. I'll go with the cyan color and say yes to save those changes, and watch how everything updated to cyan. I can do the opposite. If I want my main color to be the magenta, then I can select the magenta swatch here and it updates that color, and boom, just like magic. All right, sorry. I know y'all didn't sign up for that. Anyhow, you're gonna get it anyway because you're gonna get all of me. Trust and believe. All right, so one of the other things that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to change out the text. Okay, so what we have a basic text here that has your website and your phone number. Most people don't do phone numbers anymore, so you might want to put like your Instagram handle or some other way that you expect people to get in contact with you. So I'm going to right click and I'm going to choose where it says info copy. That's the one that we're going to get into, and it is a smart object. The reason why is because it's going to update on all 3 of these banners, so I don't have to do it 3 different times. See, work smart, not hard. All right, so the font here is Franklin Gothic, so you should have this already on your computer. I'm going to double click on the text here, and I'll leave the yourwebsite.com, but maybe here I will put at symbol Innate Lab. Why not just put the entire website? And most people don't even use the www anymore. However, you should know whether you have to use the www or not. All right, so we changed the website there, and we put a handle instead of a phone number. We can hit yes to update, and this will update on all of these places on the banner here. All right, now you may want to change, let's say you want to keep winter collection, new arrivals, flash sale. Let's say it's not winter and it's spring instead. So let's go to the word winter. We're not going to change out all of this text because the principle is the same. When I show you how to do this once, you're going to know how to do it over and over and over again. All right, so I'm going to right click on the word winter. I found the word winter. See how it identified it down here in my layers? I can double click on the T for the text for winter. And now I'm going to type spring. So now this will be our spring collection. And as you can see, this could be something that you update and you change up depending on the seasons or whatever's going on. All right, so we changed out some text there. If you wanted to even change out the word here, collection, I can right click on collection and change that out. But I really do want to keep that word there because I think these are strong categories and banners that if you wanted to upload these today and get your website started, you absolutely can. All right, so the other thing that you have is you have these kind of coupon or sales attention grabbers. So you may not want to put 50% off up there. You might want to say 20% off if you're talking about the spring collection, or maybe you want to say something like just put the word new, N-E-W, instead of 50% off. It doesn't have to be a percentage off. I just want you to think it's just something to draw attention in that area. I'm going to leave them as 50% off because that's not our main focus. Our focus is getting our assets designed, knowing how we can edit this template, and how we can get it up tomorrow as a true Shopify store. So yes, we're designing this stuff today, but tomorrow you will have these elements on your very own Shopify store. Don't believe me? Just watch. All right, so other thing is you can change the color of the shirts here. I want you to keep it as basic as possible. Have a black, a white, and whatever your pop color is. But let's say you feel like your second color needs to be represented. So you can go, I would say change swatch number 3. And let's add, I'm going to duplicate this layer so you'll see what it's like to change that color to the blue. And wherever we're using Smart Color 3, we would have to change that color out. However, you know what? I'm not going to mess with that. I'm going to go back, because I would rather us change the color like this. Now this is an advanced, little bit of an advanced, not that advanced. I would rather add the color into my Smart Color one because I see pink everywhere, right? So I'm going to go into my pink and I am going to add a gradient here. That's going to be that second color that I just selected, and it's going to fade to transparent. So now I should have, you know I love gradients, I should have a gradient effect wherever I go. Now in this case, my blue is kind of turning into purple because the blue is way down here. So what I would have to do, go back into my gradient here. Let's do double click. I'm going to double click again, and it's because my blue starts really way down here. I want the blue to go up higher, have a little more punch down here, and I want it to actually stop more abruptly too. So for tonight's purpose, we're going to do a single color. If we have time, that means if everybody's caught up, if y'all want to do a gradient effect, then we can pull that off. I just want you to know that a smart color does not have to be an actual flat color. It can be a gradient, it could be a pattern, it can be a print. However, for the sake of this class, we're going to all do flat colors because it already looks phenomenal as flat colors, but you know your girls always got to show you something extra. Okay, so now we figured all that out. We're going to come over here to our shop now, and we're just going to make sure that we have contrast here for these shop now buttons. They are going to be, but we're going to make them buttons whenever we go bring this into Shopify, and we're actually going to code that to work. Okay, so I'm going to teach you a little bit of coding in Shopify, and it's not going to be scary. I got you, and I'm going to hold your hand, walk you through the process. Okay, so this is it for what we're going to do here. Now the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to do a quick mock-up today as well. Okay, so what we're doing for the mock-up, simple once again. So listen, we're doing all of this today, and many of you may be very, very first time Photoshop users, and still, I got you. We're going to get through this together, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and turn off the graphics here because I have some example graphics there for you. And if you want the full version of this template, the template is or the course is 122, and it has different sneakers you can change out, high heels. It has some Jordan 1s on there. It has some the Nike Air Max 95s on there. It has a couple of different ways you can change the jeans out, and of course you can change the shirt color. So for this one, it's a simpler version of it. So this is all we're going to focus on tonight. We're going to go File, Place, Embedded, and remember that logo I told y'all to have ready? We're going to have our logo ready, and in this case I am going to have to sneak and take my logo from over here because I don't have it ready. So I'm going to open it up here, take that logo, and drag and drop it right onto this t-shirt. Make it larger. And this is all we're doing for tonight. We're not designing shirts tonight. We're not going to design a shirt, design the mock-ups, design the Shopify elements, and do Shopify. I'm already really giving a lot of value for this challenge. So we're going to keep this simple. If you already have graphics that you want to put on here, it must be ready to go. We're not going to edit it in class at all. So in this case, I'm just telling you, just stick with the logo. Okay, you can always go back and make as many mock-ups as you want. Okay, all right, so here I'm going to go ahead and close out this logo. And what I'm going to show you is how you can change the color. So where it says color fill to right here, I'm going to activate that. And of course it has the previous color, but I can change this to the pink, right? And I'm going to do File, and I'm going to save as, or actually we have to do save as a copy now. So save as a copy, and then I'm going to do this as a PNG. And I'm going to make a folder in my 5-day Shopify challenge, new folder, and I'm going to call this one Mockups. So we'll have a folder for mockups and a folder for the banners. So for the mockups, I'm just going to call this one logo shirt, and then I'll call this one not pink but magenta. Okay, and then I'll go ahead and change the color. Once again, if I want to keep all the colors, I can actually duplicate this layer. That way, if I ever need to come back, I have the exact color there. And then I'll go ahead and do the cyan version of it. So we'll go File, save a copy, make sure that we choose PNG, because if you don't choose PNG, it will not be able to open up in Shopify. So I'm going to choose the same name here, so it replaces the name as logo shirt. Now instead of magenta, I'm going to put cyan, hit save. All right, and then finally I'm just going to do a white version of the shirt. So I'll have a white, magenta, and a cyan. File, save a copy. I'm going to go to my mockups folder. You see, the reason why I don't see my PNGs is because I have not changed the file type to PNG. Now I have my magenta shirt. I click it, double click on the word magenta and change it to white. hit enter or hit save, and now I will have 3 different mockups. That's all we're going to do for today. I say that, it's a lot. I know I made it look really fast, but it is very simple. You're going to be able to do this with no problems. And I'm just saving a version of this one. I think I'm going to save this version too. I like the gradient. And there you have it. That's what we're doing in class today. So, just to let you know what you should have prepared, you should already have your logo. You should have your logo just in general. Or the other assignment was to go to Canva and create a logo. And that should be done before class. The logo should be a PNG. And once you have that prepared, we'll be ready to roll for tonight. That's all, folks. I told you I was going to make it easy. So we're going to get this done tonight. If you have not joined the Shopify challenge, there is still time to join it. You need to go ahead and join it. Watch the video from yesterday on Monday, where I showed you how to make a really, really quick logo on Canva. Again, you make a logo on Canva, it is not your logo. You can't trademark that logo, so please be aware of that. However, it's something that can get you started. Do it ugly, do it now, do it scared, just do it. Okay? I hate to sound like Nike right now, but it's imperative that we get yourself out there. Get yourself out there, and then you can iteratively improve your brand. But right now, we need to get your brand out there. We need to let people know who you are and what you do. All right, my loves, I'm going to go ahead and close this one out because I have a meeting that I hope is extremely fruitful and is helpful to us all. So, I'm going to give you my line. I love y'all, and I appreciate you dearly. And until next time, bye.